This is News 8 Now at noon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at noon. I'm Alexandra Carter. The brutal cold has many of us wondering if we broke a record. Meteorologist Nicole Skalicki joins us now with that answer. Nicole, it sure feels like we did.
We got pretty dang close, if I'm being honest. Now, we can't officially declare that we haven't broke a record or have because the day's not over yet, but it's very unlikely that we'll get any colder than we got this morning as we go towards the midnight hour tonight. So here's a look at our near record lows that we saw today. Both La Crosse and Eau Claire bottomed out at -18, and as you can see, that's just below those records. So we didn't quite get there, but it was overall still very, very cold across the entire area this morning. Most of us edging in towards -20. Many areas, especially near Black River Falls and Sparta, -22 at the airport in Black River Falls, -33 in Sparta. However, there are multiple stations within that area that were registering low temperatures. These are the real temperatures, not the wind chills, closer to -30. So very, very cold out there. Here's some of our lowest wind chills that we saw this morning. Millston and Jackson County topping the board off at -42. Richland Center just close to -40 at -39. Most of our area again had wind chills in the -30s this morning. Eau Claire sitting at -31 this morning, and the La Crosse Airport registering -29. So this was our coldest morning. We do still have more cold ahead of us, but we'll start to feel slight warm-ups as we go throughout the rest of the week, and I'll have a full look at that in my full forecast.
All right, Nicole, we'll see you then. Thank you. And despite that bitter cold, La Crosse voters are heading to the polls for today's primary. 4 candidates are vying for mayor. Voters will also narrow down races for school board and District 7 council in La Crosse. While turnout is expected to be lower for this February primary, nearly 2,000 absentee ballots are already in. One young voter tells us why showing up matters.
Also, as a young voter, I think it's important to get out and show people that that we care as a younger generation. Even though this is a local focused election or a state focused election, I'm happy to be here and provide my vote.
Polls are open till 8 p.m. To find your polling place and a sample ballot, if you need one, you can visit myvote.wi.gov. And again, 4 candidates hoping to be La Crosse's next mayor. Voters will choose between Chris Kalo, Vicky Markison, Ellie McClune, and Shondell Washington Spivey. The top 2 finishers today will move on to April's general election. The race for Wisconsin's top education job also on today's ballot. 3 candidates are vying for state superintendent. Incumbent Jill Underly faces challenges from Sauk Prairie School District Superintendent Jeff Wright and education consultant Brittany Kinzer. Wright is backed by school administrators, while Kinzer has support from state Republicans. The top 2 finishers will move on to April's general election. Mauston voters facing a critical choice for their school district today. The district is asking to exceed state spending limits by $1.75 million a year for the next 4 years. School leaders say without more funding, they may have to dissolve the district by 2027. 2 similar measures failed last year. If approved, it would cost the owner of a $100,000 home about $35 more per year. And 3 candidates are competing for La Crosse's 7th District Council seat. Incumbent Mac Keel faces challenges from Gary Podesky and John Ryman. Voters will narrow the field to 2 candidates in this race as well. And Governor Tony Evers is set to unveil his state budget tonight with major spending proposals on the table. The governor's plan includes $80 million for Wisconsin farmers, $500 million to make childcare more affordable, and $145 million to tackle PFAS contamination. You can watch the governor's budget address live at 7 p.m. on news8000.com. Flames tore through a Lafarge tire shop overnight, forcing crews to shut down Highway 82 for about 7 hours. Crews were called to Lafarge Truck Center's tire shop on Highway 82 around 9:30 last night. This is video from this morning. You can see some of the damage here. According to WisDOT, they blocked off the road at Gold Street until 5 a.m. as they battled the blaze that caused significant damage to the building.
Fire was quite difficult because the temperature was minus 27 throughout the course of the evening. At about 3 a.m. we asked Westby Fire to send us about 10 more people to try to relieve our crews, and we were on scene till about 5 a.m.
Officials also saying that several vehicles were inside of the shop, including construction equipment. Nobody was in the building when the fire started, and it is still under investigation. And fire crews responding to a house fire in Dakota this morning. Flames broke out at Runaway Drive and Dakota Valley Drive around 8:20. The fire chief there says everyone made it out safely and the cause is still under investigation. And an investigation underway into what caused Monday's crash landing of a Delta flight at Toronto's Pearson Airport. Today, Delta says of the 21 passengers taken to the hospital, 19 have been released. Tom Hansen is at the scene.
Social media footage shows the moment a Delta Airlines plane skids, catches fire, then flips over at Toronto Pearson International Airport Monday afternoon.
Our plane crashed. It's upside down.
Images of the aftermath show the plane on its top on the tarmac, its wings and tail ripped off, and landing gear pointed towards the sky.
All of a sudden, everything just kind of went sideways. And then next thing I know is kind of a blink and I'm upside down, still strapped in.
Passenger Pete Carlson told Canadian broadcasters he knew he had to get off the plane quickly.
Took my seatbelt off, which I had obviously left fastened for the landing. And as I took it off, crashed down onto the ceiling, which had become the floor.
Despite the devastating damage, officials say all 80 people on board, including 76 passengers and 4 crew members, survived.
It's really important that we do not speculate. What we can say is the runway was dry and there was no crosswind conditions.
Aviation experts say investigators will now begin a methodical review to piece together what went wrong, taking a close look at weather conditions.
They're going to be looking at things like wind gusts, wind shears, things like that, icing on the runways, the condition of the aircraft, and what the pilots were seeing, thinking, and experiencing.
And Monday's crash marks the 5th high-profile plane crash in the last 3 weeks in North America. And I want to read you a statement from Delta Airlines. They say the hearts of the entire global Delta family are with those affected by today's incident. Tom Hansen, CBS News, Toronto, Canada.
It is the second recent crash involving a U.S. airline. The other was that mid-air collision last month between an Army helicopter and an American Airlines regional jet in Washington, D.C. 67 people died in that crash. Still to come for us at noon, why Southwest is cutting 15% of its workforce and how it could affect your future travel plans. And search terms related to gambling addiction are on the rise. We'll take a look at the cause behind the spike.
During the President's Day sale at PM Sleep Center, you'll save up to $400 on select Sealy adjustable mattress sets. Hurry in early for the best selection. Your next mattress is at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 35 years.
At Schwebel, Getz & Sieben, the most important value of our law firm is our commitment to our clients.
I am here to say thank you to them to have a law firm to represent me with dignity and honesty.
A huge weight was taken off of our shoulders.
Above and beyond what's expected from your attorney.
They took the worry out of the situation.
I'm so grateful for them. I would highly recommend them to everybody.
Call Schwebel, Getz & Sieben or go to schwebel.com for a free consultation.
Does your home have a crawl space? They can be filled with musty air, standing water, mold, and pests, all right beneath your feet. And those things can eventually make their way inside your home. Protect your family and your home's value with crawl space sealing from American Water Works. A sealed crawl space stays clean and fresh, blocks out pests, and keeps your home warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer. A sealed crawl space means a healthier home. So for a healthy, energy-efficient home, call American Water Works.
This street's like any other in Wisconsin, but the new neighbor is a pedophile who repeatedly raped a little girl, released after just 2 years in prison. Thanks to Judge Susan Crawford's sweetheart sentence, a fraction of the 60 years he faced. Now, the pedophile lives blocks from a school. And with Susan Crawford on the bench, your street could be next.
Dreaming of a career but worried about time and cost? At CVTC, we make it easy. With low tuition costs and a wide variety of programs to choose from, we'll get you job ready in just 1 to 2 years. You'll graduate with minimal debt and find a career you love with competitive starting salaries. Dive into your future today with affordable, fast, and rewarding programs at CVTC. Visit cvtc.edu to learn more.
During the President's Day sale at PM Sleep Center, you'll save up to $800 on select Stearns & Foster adjustable mattress sets. Hurry in early for the best selection. Your next mattress is at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 35 years.
In your consumer news, a major U.S. airline is the latest to announce major layoffs, while federal transportation officials warning Americans not to fall for a growing scam involving highway tolls. CBS News' Carissa Lawson has the latest business news headlines from New York.
Today, federal and state officials are warning Americans that text messages demanding money for unpaid tolls are a scam. The Federal Trade Commission says the link on the text messages could allow scammers to steal a phone owner's personal information as well as money. Officials say the texts impersonate toll collecting agencies nationwide and appear to come from international phone numbers. The Department of Transportation says people should delete and not reply to the messages. Southwest Airlines says it's cutting roughly 15% of its workforce. The layoffs affect more than 1,700 employees who mostly work in corporate and leadership positions. The company says the job cuts should be complete by the end of the year. Southwest said in a statement that the reorganization is expected to, quote, create a leaner and more agile organization. And online searches for terms related to gambling addiction have jumped, according to a new study published by the Journal of the American Medical Association. The report found that searches, which jumped by 23% nationwide, coincide with the spread of legalized online gambling. At least 38 states have opened online sportsbooks, which generated around $150 billion in wagers last year, according to Legal Sports Report. The National Council on Problem Gambling's helpline is 1-800-GAMBLER.
Still to come for us at noon, new research aiming at America's deadly opioid crisis, how it's finding the number of opioid-related deaths could be undermeasured. First, we'll take a live look at what's happening on Wall Street, back open today after the day off yesterday. Stay with us. We're back after this.
When you've trusted your personal injury case to Bygoff and Rody, you're going to feel the weight of the world off your shoulders. You have to concern yourself with getting to the doctor and trying to get better. We'll do everything else. And that's how we get results for our clients.
Your mom got a new tractor? Yep. Can she see in the dark? Can do. Hook up all the implements? Can do. Steer with ease? Can do. Bale hay all day? Can do. Shift like a race car? Can do. I'm out of here.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
Welcome to Luther High School. We'd like to give you a glimpse into what your child will experience here. Smaller class sizes, focusing on their needs. Exploration of the arts. Students working together. At Luther High School, you'll find a community building a foundation for the future and a family for life. For more information or to schedule a visit, go to lutherhigh.org or find us on Facebook at We Love Luther.
After you've been injured in an accident, life becomes chaotic. You have doctor's appointments, medical bills, insurance adjusters harassing you to settle your claim. When you call Bygoff and Rody, we take care of it all. We get results.
It's officially cozy season.
You're the coolest.
Let's go!
You've set quite a vibe here.
That's how we roll.
Down the Drew Barrymore show. Down the Drew Barrymore show. This is the best interview I've ever done.
Yes! Can I do that? How fun is this? Oh. You won't want to miss it.
Weekdays at 3 on News 8.
America's opioid crisis may be worse than we thought. New research from the American Medical Association revealing a troubling gap in death investigations. About half of all injury deaths in 2021 had no opioid testing. Researchers say that means we could be undercounting opioid-related deaths across the country. Another new global health study revealing a startling gap in medical care. 5 billion people don't have access to medical oxygen. That is 60% of the world's population. The Lancet report shows the crisis hits hardest in South Asia, East Asia, the Pacific, and Sub-Saharan Africa. Food contamination is becoming more widespread and in many cases severe. According to a report published by the Public Interest Research Group, most illnesses in 2024 were linked to just 13 outbreaks. That is despite more than 300 food recalls last year. Researchers say Salmonella, Listeria, and E. coli were the most common reason for food recalls. As we head to break, we'll take a live look from CityCam 8. Nicole is in next with a look at our full forecast.
Brad Schimmel wants to take us back to an abortion ban from 1849, back to a ban with no exceptions, not for rape or even health of the mother. Brad Schimmel, too extreme for women, too extreme for the Supreme Court.
At Toma Health, our cardiac rehab specialists take your treatment to heart.
Our team in cardiac rehab are all certified clinical exercise physiologists through the American College of Sports Medicine. Our intention is to really get that patient back into their normal daily life and improve.
Everything that I have done in this hospital, I feel more like a family than I did when I came in or anywhere else I've been.
Toma Health Cardiac Rehab, caring for our community.
At Spectrum, we believe every day unlocks unlimited possibilities to bring you closer to the people and places you love. Spectrum transforms your gaming experience into a galaxy of adventures. And with the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. Get Spectrum Internet Premier for $30 per month when bundled plus a 3-year price guarantee. Call 1-833-440-0029. Spectrum Internet puts streaming live TV, sports, and popular apps all at your fingertips.
Brad Schimmel let thousands of rape kits sit untested for years.
While rapists walked free
and victims waited for justice.
Take it from a sheriff.
A sheriff.
A cop. Brad Schimmel's too extreme for the Supreme Court.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Well, after our bitter cold morning, we're still sitting below zero across most of the area, but we are starting to warm up just slightly. We have sunny skies going on today, so we'll get a little bit warmer than we were yesterday afternoon, and we're going to continue to slowly warm up through the rest of the week, but we still really have very cold temperatures ahead of us. So here's a look at our current temperatures right now. Again, most of us sitting either near or slightly below zero, 1 degree right now in La Crosse, -2 in Eau Claire. Very chilly out there still, and those wind chills are even worse. We're still sitting at -15 in La Crosse and Eau Claire, -12 in Winona. Sparta getting lucky, not a lot of wind over there, so we're still sitting near that real temperature, but we're going to continue to see those chilly wind chills as we go throughout the rest of the day. Highs we'll be getting mostly above zero across the area, which will be a nice relief from where we were yesterday, where many of us were below zero in those negatives. Actually getting up to 6 degrees in La Crosse. Thanks to that sun shining out there, we'll actually be going a couple more degrees above zero than how you would have expected. But again, tomorrow we're still looking at those single digits, finally warming into the teens and the 20s as we go into Thursday and Friday. But again, still have to get through this cold, very cold out there, even as we go into this afternoon. Still not seeing those wind chills get any higher than those low teens out there, very similar to what we're feeling right now, and will continue to fall as we go into the evening. Tomorrow morning, still very, very cold, Thankfully, not nearly as cold as we felt this morning with those wind chill reports nearing -40 in some locations. Many of us will be nearing -30, maybe getting a few degrees of what feels like a few degrees below that, but still a good improvement from where we were yesterday. Alert day conditions still continuing on into tomorrow morning and potentially for some locations going into Thursday morning, but our wind chills tomorrow afternoon actually getting into the negative single digits. So again, just a slight improvement. Still very cold out there. You're definitely going to want to be bundling up and covering all that exposed skin because this is still dangerous cold. But again, slowly rising out of the cold that we saw this morning. So here's our lows tonight. Not nearly as close to the record lows that we saw this morning, but much of the area still getting down into those negative teens out there with wind chills closer to -30. Tomorrow's highs getting into the single digits once again, similar to what we're seeing today, but kind of just a few degrees, a little bit warmer, and then we'll even get warmer as we go into Thursday. So you might be wondering, when can we say goodbye to this cold? I'm sick of it already. I'm sick of it already for sure. On average in La Crosse, we usually stop seeing high temperatures less than 0 degrees by around January 20th. Now we're almost a month past that, so you might be wondering, is this abnormal? Is it unusual? We've actually saw a high yesterday at 0 degrees, making it the 7th latest time that has ever happened in the winter season. So while it's nearing an extreme, it's not absurdly unusual. The good news is February 24th is our average date that we usually stop seeing high temperatures below 20 degrees. So we're starting to warm up in those averages. Definitely Eau Claire, again, should be starting to see the 20-degree highs for the majority of your weeks ahead as we get into March, right on the first day of meteorological spring. So it is right around the corner. So hopefully we'll be saying goodbye to these absurdly cold temperatures in the next week or so, because as you can see, looking towards the end of the forecast period, this weekend starting to look pretty nice, getting actually near freezing on Saturday for a high of 32, and then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, multiple days in a row where we could be getting into the 40s across the area. So it's going to feel great, and I'm really looking forward to it, as I'm sure everybody is.
Yeah, so glad that that's there. A little bit of relief. Hopefully we've made it through the worst.
Hopefully.
Got that
I can't never say, but hopefully,
right. Hopefully
really
we
have.
So. Thank you, Nicole. Coming up, we'll tell you how a baby seal ended up wandering the city streets in Connecticut. All of those details after the break.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
In 2001, my father established La Crosse Fireplace Company. Since then, our family has had the privilege of helping families create a warm gathering place in their home. Today, my brother Jeremy and I are the second generation to carry on the values and traditions that was started 23 years ago. Whether it's a remodel or a new installation, La Crosse Fireplace Company looks forward to serving you for many years to come. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is by the fire.
When you need a break, Pizza Ranch is ready. Rough day or good day, sometimes you just need a buffet. And we've got all your favorites always ready to serve. Come to the place that puts a smile on your face. Make it a buffet day at Pizza Ranch.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
The biggest thing I want to get across to people, whether it's via email or voicemail or text, is we are a local Wisconsin family-owned turnkey solar company.
We have project managers that will walk you through the process, keep you informed along the way, and make sure that the communication is the best that it can be.
All the financial benefits are awesome. And then on top of that, it's green energy. How can you lose?
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com. Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
On Sunday, police in Connecticut rescued a baby seal that wandered far from the beach onto city streets. Authorities said the animal appeared to have an injured flipper. Here he is. The animal was taken to a Connecticut aquarium for some rehab. Experts estimate the baby gray seal was just a few weeks old. They say it was underweight. Once it recovers, they plan to release it back into the ocean. Well, glad he is okay. And Nicole is back with the final check of the weather after this break.
Here at Maxwell White, we know how valuable your time is. From issues with your hot water to slower clogged drains, our team is always on time with friendly service and solutions you can trust. Don't wait. Contact Maxwell White. Plumbing done right.
At Taco John's, we believe a better Taco Tuesday starts with better tacos. That means using 100% North American beef, cooking shells in-house daily, and a deal that makes you say, how are these only $1.29? Taco Tuesday is every Tuesday at Taco John's.
Are you ready to build your future? Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor is hiring and wants you to apply. The starting wage for laborers is up to $21 per hour with no experience necessary. We will train the right candidate. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today.
News 8 Now wants to help you create memories with your family by watching movies on the big screen. Friday Flicks with Vicki Nichols of Sparta Cinema will tell you all about upcoming must-see blockbusters, plus exclusive deals at the theater. Watch this Friday at 5 a.m. on News 8 This Morning, presented by Sparta Cinema.
The fact that Brad Schimmel supports the 1849 law terrifies me. When I was pregnant, I had complications, but because of the ban, doctors couldn't help me. Brad Schimmel has no idea what it's like to lay in a hospital bed, pregnant and dying. The 1849 law that Brad Schimmel supports almost killed me. Brad Schimmel is too extreme for the Supreme Court.
With a tankless system, you can have unlimited hot water whenever and for however long you need it. Upgrade to a tankless today and never be left without hot water again. Rely on Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
As a reminder, we do still have alert days out lasting through tomorrow night. Wind chills near -40 was probably behind us now. That's what we saw this morning, but we're still seeing those morning lows getting into the negative teens out there, and that's going to go across the entire area. So stay warm out there. We're getting through it.
Yeah,
it's almost done.
We are almost there.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Nicole. Thanks for joining us. See you back here tonight.